Are you tired of not landing second dates even when you feel like the first date went pretty well? Well, today we gonna fix that. What up, homie? My name's Dave and I put out new videos every Tuesday and every Friday to help you get the girls you want and become the man you're meant to be. So if you haven't subscribed yet, then bro, make sure to hit that button and smash that bell so you don't miss another new video. Anyway, I hear from a lot of guys that they do pretty well on the first date. Then I ask them, all right, bro, are you consistently hooking up with the girl at the end or at least getting a second date? And that's when their tune kind of changes. And they're like, well, like after the first date, usually she doesn't really text me back or she says she just wants to be friends. But when I do a little digging, it's clear what they're doing wrong. And I know a lot of guys have the same issues. So today I'm gonna highlight these mistakes that are causing your dates to go nowhere, show you how you can start having awesome dates and really enjoying your dating life. So let's hop into it.
I've been running away from you. I've been trying to keep my cool.
So I'm not sure if this is a result of Hollywood or really what's going on, but it's pretty clear that a lot of guys have no idea what to talk about when they're on the first date. And as a result, they end up using a lot of bad topics that not only turn the girl off, but make it super hard to connect with her and might even cause arguments. And a few of these wrong topics are, first, past relationships. Trust me, bro, you don't want her going on and on about why it didn't work out with her ex-boyfriend or talking about how they just broke up a few months ago and she's still feeling down about it. It's not really gonna set the right vibe. Another one is politics. And bro, I know it's really easy to talk about politics right now. Crazy shit's going on all over the country, but you are never gonna win talking about politics on a first date. Bro, even if you agree with her, it's still not gonna make things sexual. It's not gonna make her see you in a sexy light. It's just gonna make things political and super serious, and that's not the vibe you want either. And finally, family problems and tragedies. You don't wanna talk about deaths in the family. You don't wanna talk about, fights she's having with her mom or her brothers and sisters. Again, it creates a bad vibe, doesn't make anything sexy, and just makes her see you in a bad light. However, again, maybe thanks to Hollywood, all of these things are common conversation topics, so she might bring them up. What do you do then? Well, in that case, if she starts bringing up politics, you can acknowledge it, maybe say something really quick about it, and then change the subject. Get out of there, bro. So let's say she drops in, hey, what do you think about Trump? The way to kind of deflect that is to be like, hey, everything's kind of crazy right now, but anyway, and then drop in one of the questions you're gonna learn in point number 2 coming up next.
So talk if you like, but words will be words till you bring them to life. So talk.
So a lot of guys fall into the trap of only covering surface level conversations when they're on their dates. So like, where are you from? What do you do? How many brothers and sisters do you have? Do you like what you do? And things get boring pretty quick when that's all you're talking about. What you need to do instead, though, is dive deeper. So instead of just where are you from, maybe ask what brought you here? How is it different here than the city that you grew up in? What do you like to do for fun here? And instead of just what do you do for work and maybe following up with the typical, oh, do you like it? You follow up with something like, cool, how'd you get into that? What do you like about what you do? Okay, but what are you really passionate about? By diving deeper, you get to know her better. You get to know, okay, is this actually a good fit for you? And it's also easy for her to replicate things with the same types of questions, so it creates a much deeper, more fun conversation for the both of you, which allows for a good connection and a lot more interesting of a conversation. That being said, though, if you really want to get her attracted, you got to do a little bit more than just dive deeper. You got to be able to create the spark, and that's what we're talking about next.
Like the attention, girl, I know you. But you're everything I want in life. We're fighting danger like kung fu. The love I feel is deep inside.
Diving deep is great, bro, but if that's all you do, then you're still just gonna have like a nice conversation, and it's gonna be more friendly than flirty and sexy. So what do you actually do to create the spark? Well, there are 3 things that you can immediately do on your dates to create that spark and get her attracted. First is teasing. Teasing is a great flirting technique that creates a fun vibe, and it's super easy to weave in and out of your conversations. For example, if she says, oh, yeah, I'm from New York City, you can say, I knew it, you're such a city girl. Or if she says, I hate Italian food, you could joke, girl, you kidding me? I eat lasagna once a week. This is never gonna work. The second thing you can do is to get physical throughout the date. So right when you see her at the beginning, make sure to give her a hug, break that physical touch barrier right then and there. Then if you're at a venue like a bar, make sure you're sitting side by side with her versus sitting across from her, because anytime you're sitting across from a girl, it's gonna feel like interview mode. That's gonna make it super awkward to touch her and continue making things physical. But when you're sitting side by side, it's a lot more easy to reach out and just make things more sexual. Plus, it's just more of a casual vibe. And another way to create that spark and attraction is to make eye contact. And one thing I like to say is try to hold that eye contact for around like 70% of the time, and roughly you can look away whenever she's looking away, and then make sure when she's looking at you to be making that strong eye contact. This is really good at conveying your confidence and can also really make things sexual too. You'd be surprised, man, a lot of guys are scared to hold that eye contact, so that's how it can really make you stand out.
Been feeling trapped down on the floor. I don't know what for. Feels like I'm gonna lose. Silence takes a hold. I can't let it go.
I used to be really afraid of trying to make the move with a girl and even go for the kiss, because I thought if I tried and she denied it, then it would just piss her off, it would ruffle her feathers, and the whole date would be ruined. A lot of guys share the same sentiment, right? They think it's better to play it safe and just keep on waiting to make the move until it feels like it's the right time. Here's what you gotta understand though. Not taking a risk is actually the biggest risk of all, and it's like that in pretty much every area of life. If you don't take the shot, you're not gonna make it. If you don't bet on yourself, you're probably not gonna win. Now, there's two big reasons why it's so risky to not make the move on the first date, whether that be going for the kiss or trying to take her home. First, you risk wasting your time over 3 to 4 dates. Like, I see guys do this all the time. Like, they end up going 3, 4, 5, even 6 dates with a girl, afraid to make the move, waiting for the right time, and then things just kind of fizzle out after the 4th or the 5th date, and she's like, well, this guy never made the move, I guess I'm gonna stop hanging out with him, or she friend zones them. So you've lost by not moving things forward. And second, and kind of playing off what we just talked about, you miss your window of attraction. With every girl, you're gonna have a certain window where she's attracted to you, and that's when you're gonna make your move. If you miss that window, and usually that window is gonna be within the first, second, or the third date, if you miss that window, you're gonna miss that opportunity with the girl, and by the time you try to make the move, she's not gonna be attracted anymore, and you've lost. What's a lot better is to take the risk, to make the move, to see what happens, because even if you get rejected, she's still gonna respect you for being a guy who goes for what he wants, and you can also just make another move later on in a date. No harm, no foul. You should always try to make some type of move on that first date though, because the faster you move, the better, as well as like it's just gonna tell you if you guys have any sexual chemistry, if you actually enjoy kissing her, or if there's no magic there, and if there's not, then you can just move on. And this way, you save your time for other girls that you actually are gonna have chemistry with, and that's a win-win for both of you.
Doesn't really matter what we do. Don't let the moment pass us by. Just trust that the universe is right.
One thing I've noticed is that a lot of guys go into their first dates with no game plan at all. So like they'll go to the park or the bar and they'll basically just stay there for like 3 or 4 hours, just like having a good time, waiting for something to just magically happen. But like, that's not how it works. The girl ain't just gonna like fall on top of you and start humping you. Like, you have to do something. You have to lead her to that point. To put it simply, man, you need a game plan. You need to say, okay, we're gonna go to the bar first. Then if I feel like I need to build a little bit more rapport with her, I'll take her to a second bar for another drink. And then I'm gonna take her home after that. And I'm gonna make sure my place is clean and tidy so that she's happy when she gets back to my place. Or if you're going to the park, you can say, all right, we're gonna go to the park. We're gonna hang out there for like an hour and a half. Then I'm gonna take her to this cool coffee shop that's right between my apartment and the park. And then from there, I'm gonna invite her back to my place to try and close the deal. in both cases, you have some sort of game plan where you can make it work versus just kind of going in there on a whim and hoping things magically work out. Now, if you want to make sure you have both a solid game plan and know how to act and flirt the right way to consistently get laid when you're going on first dates, then bro, you got to check out this playlist right here. It's going to show you exactly how to do that. You're going to be able to go out there and crush it on your first dates. So let's keep it going. I'll see you right there, homie.